Thank you. And there's always a story which is personal to all of us, so I'm going to share that. Though all of you have already seen my story, it's everywhere on the social media, on the platforms, everywhere it's already there. But I'm going to try and say it this time with another perspective which I have not shared before. So hello everyone, I'm Captain Shivani Kalra. I'm a pilot with Air India flying the most advanced aircraft, the Boeing 787, the Dreamliner. And it's a dream come true job. It's something which I think every pilot wants to do in their life. It's a beautiful, beautiful machine, a very advanced machine, and very limited people so far have come to this place where I am right now. And trust me on this, I think God has been kind. And I don't know how I ended up here, though the struggle was there, but I was not sure that whether I will reach this level. Gave my interview with Air India. I had no idea that this is the aircraft I'll be applying for, because my previous aircraft was the 737, the Boeing 737, and I thought that they want to hire me for the same. And later on we got to know that it's the vacancy for the 787, and it happened. But here what I'm trying to say is what made me reach here, and what are the things. All you've seen is what I've done so far, how I've gone through it, my struggles have already been shared. But did you know that what all it took, how many attempts, how much of willpower, how much of struggle, in the way, what all you have to give up every damn time. You know, when your friends are enjoying at the birthday parties, when your families are out for a vacation, but you have to study. When there are people all going for, your vacations and your graduations. I never went to a college. By the way, I'm just a 12th pass student. But I do have my CPL, now my ATPL as well. But it's not a graduation. But that doesn't mean that I never wanted to study. I was a good student. I was a very good sports person as well. The only thing I started doing and learned at a very early age was started saying no. Hey, come, let's hang out. What are you doing today? Yeah, I have to finish that book. Maybe another time. You don't have to be rude to say no. It doesn't have to be hard to say no. People around you who love you will always understand your no and respect your no. And they will always stick by and stand around you. Being grown up as the only girl child in the family, having two brothers by my side, trust me, it was a WWF field my entire house, all throughout my upbringing. Slam dam. So I've been grown up like this, I've been brought up like this among brothers, and yeah, but always, taught to be strong. I didn't even knew how to, how usually girls behave until I started growing up more and more. At my place it was always, this kind of behavior, and a lot of people who know me and they know me that I talk like, if I have to address myself, I won't say मैं करूँगी. I would always say मैं करूँगा. Because you always look up to your siblings in life, right? So my elder brother, I would always look up to him, and I would always, he's a darling, by the way. And he's also the reason that I stay strong in every moment of my life, because he challenges me the most in my entire life. He said, this, you can do better, this is, you can do better. You can always do better. This is not your standard. You need to raise the bar higher. He does that for himself, he does that for me as well. He's been a great brother throughout, and I've always looked up to him. And eventually, yes, he only taught me about how to say no. Firstly, it was a rebel. No, you cannot go out. You have to finish this. No, you cannot do this. No, you should not be doing this. I was being a rebel, but then I started understanding what it actually meant and where he was trying to lead me. Or rather, for that matter, my entire family. I was a stubborn child throughout. And when I started saying no, I was way more stubborn than ever. And trust me on this, it's not always works out well initially, but you learn to be more polite and humble and to keep all your friends and families around you. It's a skill. Sometimes it might come out too strong that, even people around you can get affected. But then you learn your way through how to deal with it and make it a smoother ride for people around you. I think for us and for me especially, I think what matters is the closest people in your life. Your family and the friends who are family. And I don't think so I've made any new friends since, 15 years now. They're there since I have been a child. They're there since now where I am. I'm not a very people's kind of person. I'm a very private person in life because I learned to say no. I would not go out or I would not hang out just because. If you are providing, if you are connected to me or I'm connected to you, do you know me or do I know you? Or will this, as a person to person, will this be understandable or not? Of course, you do give your time to people, but then you always decide yes or no. It's your choice at the end of the day and will always be your choice. Do you want to get married? Every girl at this age should be married. I said no. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's about your personal choice. All I'm talking about here is a personal choice. Do you want to go in and sit in all these exams, maybe do even IIT? I was like, no. I had made my choice that no, this is not the path for me. You need to first understand yourself to learn to say no as well. Can you say no to a thing which you don't even know about? Of course not, right? So firstly learn and then learn to say no. Does it work for you? Does it or doesn't it? There have been n number of times you need to cut down people from your life, tell them no. All negativity, you need to say no. I don't have drama in my life. My life is so peaceful, so amazing, a loving family, beautiful friends, work is great. Because you need to say no to the negativity which comes around. Does that person, okay, he's gonna gossip about someone in my company. I don't want to hear that. Why should I get my head into all those things which is not even my life? Everyone has their own life. Something works for someone, something doesn't work for someone. Who am I to judge? The one thing which I always found funny is, ye sahi hai, ye galat hai. This is right, this is wrong. Who decides? Don't you think it's just a matter of perspective? For one person, one thing can be right, but from another point of view, it can be wrong. So my first lesson for you today is, till you reach no, is do not have an idea of yes or right. Just forget that there is any boundary. सोसाइटी ने एक बाउंड्री लगा रखी है, इस लाइन के आगे नहीं जा सकते. किसने कहा? Who drew that boundary? I said no to those boundaries. Simply, I don't understand those boundaries at all, and I never had. And I really used to question my mother. Back when I was a very little girl, I would question her for every small thing. Why this? Why Bhaiya is doing this? Why I can't do this? And they let me. And eventually they let me. They understood that I'm a curious mind. I'm not going to take no for an answer. Either you give me a good reasoning, have a story about it, tell me what's the reason behind it, and let me decide whether what's right and wrong for me. Because you're here in this life only for one life. Everything. It might be true, but we are living here. And we don't know that the next life will we ever be able to have this one again or not. You know, for a very long time, this world was not acceptable to transgenders. But look at it now. They're humans after all. And someone somewhere started deleting that boundary and where it had led to. So maybe you can be that one who actually start to delete that one boundary in your area. And recently I have learned, I keep learning, as I said, I'm a very curious mind. I always try to make myself a better person, a better daughter, a better sister, a better pilot, and a better human being. And why not? It's one life, right? And we learn. What you could grasp as a 5-year-old and what you can grasp at being 50, it's a completely different thing. Learn to open your boundaries. Do not limit yourself to anything. Once you start saying no to those boundaries, you will see what more you can do with your life, with the people around you, with your loved ones around you, and for the society as well. How did AI got invented? Someone thought, iske aage kya, right? Because they did not understand that boundary. And for that matter, many other things. Trains, cars, now we have Tesla, now we have Starlink, right? Starlink, right? Starlink. I mean, कहाँ 36,000 पे जा रहे थे, 36,000 feet, kilometers high, and now it's just what? 2,000. Who knew? Because that person did not understand boundaries. He said no to them. Until the day you clear your head with this and be open to everything being acceptable in this world, you will see yourself as a very different person altogether. Because you won't be hating anyone. You won't be jealous of anyone. You'll have your own set of goals, you'll have your own set of mindset, and you will keep growing with people around you and taking them and growing all together. So learn to say no. Don't set boundaries in your life. It's easier said than done, I know. मैं भी कई बार बहुत बोलती हूँ. I also say that many times, but sometimes you know, we love our parents. We love them a lot. And हर बार parents भी सही नहीं होते. Please understand that. I'm not saying go and fight with your parents and all that stuff. No. If you have something to say to them and they're not agreeing to it, it's not because they're wrong. It's because they still don't know or haven't learned about it. So be a good child and tell them what it means to you. And then ask them the same question. Do a reasoning rather than having, saying no without any reason. At my place, we don't say no. We always say, please tell me what's the valid reason behind it. There's always a discussion happening at my place about everything, even a sofa. Forget finances and every other thing. So everything has a reasoning, and if you can reach a level of the right reasoning, and if it means something to you in that level that you can reason it enough to make the other person understand, that means it means a lot to you as well. They'll understand that. And don't accept their no's, accept their reasoning. And don't be a stubborn child without a reasoning. And alright, so not taking too much with it, I think life lessons, everyone will teach you a lot. You will have to find a mixture of who all were here today, what works for you, right? At the end of the day, किसी की story अपनी मत बनाओ. Make your own story, then only you will be able to write your words, your name in golden letters in this world. All right? Learn to say no, but no, without boundaries. Right? Thank you, everyone.